Hello, boyos. We are live. This is something I didn't think I would have to go live for until the end of the year. You guys read the title. Marc Bergevin and Trevor Timmins have been fired by the Montreal Canadiens, and Scott Gorton is technically interim general manager. I was recording a video. I was recording for 25 Days of Harry when this went down. And so that's why I'm late to the stream. Sons of Liberty, happy for a Harry stream. Luca, yeah, Jeff Gorton for the permanent GM. Who did I say? Is it Patrick Walton? High quality? No, because they apparently haven't even talked. He hasn't been talked to apparently. Conservative lawyer, we're gonna get to the statement. Tristan, yeah, it's crazy, man. Snakes, I thought Timmins drafting was pretty solid, but yeah, well, boys, you never want to see anyone lose their livelihood. No, Dan, I don't think it was changed. I don't think it was needed 3 to 5 years ago. Not at all, man. It was not at all needed. So to open this stream, before I read any comments, I'm going to go over. Well, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this in a separate tab to be able to read at the same time as I'm going to be able to read chat comments. It was time. Dom will be gone in time. Probably a new GM. His name Matt. No, I don't think so. Ducharme's not getting fired till the end of the year. If they fired Bergevin, Timmins, and Paul Wilson, who wasn't even needed to be fired, and they don't fire Dom, then Dom's not gone until at least the end of the year. So what I'm going to read is I'm going to read the hockey management changes within the Montreal Canadiens organization, notice from the Canadiens, and then I'm going to read the letter from Bergevin that he personally sent out, which I'm not going to. I haven't read until we're on stream. So it says. Sorry, I'm trying to pull it up here. Jeff Molson, owner, president, and CEO of the Club de Hockey Canadien, has announced that Marc Bergevin, executive vice president and general manager, Trevor Timmins, assistant general manager, as well as Paul Wilson, senior vice president, public affairs and communications, have been relieved of their respective functions, effective immediately. A process to recruit as soon as possible the team's next general manager is underway. While the next general manager will bring significant hockey expertise to the organization, an additional criteria of that person's role will be to communicate with fans in both French and English. So that has not left the organization yet, which is complete bullshit. I think everyone here can agree with that. Bergevin should have been fired when he extended Ducharme. Not TBC. I mean, when the Leafs choked, I mean, I'd argue everyone on the Leafs should have been fired then. So Jeff Gorton is a good pickup. He is. It's just I don't like that it's not spoiler that it's not permanent. Bergevin is most likely going to Vancouver. Snakes, I've heard Bergevin's going to Vancouver. I heard he's going to Chicago. I heard he's going to Anaheim. I've heard everywhere, man. I said don't worry about it, Tristan. I didn't even catch up on that, man. Dorian, no, Luca. Dorian's not coming to Montreal. To assure the continuity of the day-to-day or the continuity, of the day-to-day hockey operations during this process, Mr. Molson has retained the services of Jeff Gorton, who will serve as Executive Vice President, Hockey Operations. And I'll put this, I'll read this quote in a second. He just won't stay. Luca, yeah. Alexis Dubuc, is Gorton a good pickup? Absolutely. If we wanted to keep him for the next 2 to 3 years, he could easily get us out of a rebuild by then, most likely. He did it with the Rangers, and he was pretty damn good at it. So yeah, I would love to see Jeff Gorton stay, but he's not going to because he doesn't know French apparently. So he's not going to stay. Burgerman is Thanos snapped rip. Yes, sons, it's a rip indeed. Luongo and Gorton duo could be good. Lemonhead, it could honestly be. It could, man. It absolutely could. Zach or Carter, whichever one it is, coming in. Just saw the. I'm assuming it's Carter because he watched the CFL. Just saw the Alouettes hand Hamilton a free playoff win. Hey, Zach, awesome, because I was gonna watch that game, but I forgot it was on today. So hell yeah. If Gorton becomes the GM, the Habs are going to be good. Man knows how to rebuild in the short time. Luca, he's not. He's not going to be the GM unless he learns how to read French, unless he knows how to speak French by tomorrow. Unfortunately, he's not going to remain the general manager, most likely. If Bergevin heads to Vancouver, we will not be an NHL team anymore because he doesn't know a thing about how. Oh, no, fuck yeah, Tristan. He does. He knows. He absolutely knows how to run a fucking NHL team, and he would absolutely get the Canucks out of their slump, right? He would get the Canucks out of their slump. NCA, I can't blame you. I'm shocked as well. I wasn't expecting Bergevin to be fired. It's Carter. All right, thank you, Carter. Thank you for coming by. Appreciate it, man. Hate the damn francophone rule. Total BS. Gorton should be permanent. Matt, I agree. He should be permanent. We shouldn't have fired Bergevin. But I do agree. I hate that shitty francophone rule. That's why Quebec should be back. So all the French people can just go to Quebec and bug the shit out of them and leave Montreal to be the good team in Quebec, because we've always have been and always will be. Gorton should be permanent, though. I agree with you for sure on that. And Jeff Molson said, quote, "On behalf of myself and the organization, I wish to thank Marc Bergevin, Trevor Timmins, and Paul Wilson for their passion and engagement towards our club over the last years. Their relentless work allowed our fans to experience many memorable moments, including last summer's playoff run that culminated with the Stanley Cup final. We wish them all the success they deserve in the pursuit of their careers. I think, however, that the time has come for a leadership change within our hockey operations department that will bring a new vision and should allow our fans and partners to continue cheering for a championship team. We're not making the playoffs this year. There is no chance that we are going to make the playoffs. We should allow our fans and partners to continue cheering for a championship team. We're not making the playoffs this year. We would have to win, we'd have to go for something like 41-5-2 or something like that to be able to make the playoffs. It is not happening. It is not going to happen where we make the playoffs. The time has come for a leadership change within our hockey operations department that will bring a new vision. Bergevin's vision was just fine. You wanted someone whose vision was, hey, we want to compete, we want to win a Stanley Cup. That's what Bergevin brought. Bergevin was, let's win a cup, let's compete, let's go for this. We're not going to give up too much, but we're going to give up just enough to bring in the right pieces to this team. That's what he was. That's what he was when he brought in Eric Cole back in 2013. That's what he did when he brought in Shea Weber and gave up PK Subban. That's what he did when he brings in Tyler Toffoli. That's what he was trying to do when he brought in Mike Hoffman. It just turned out Hoffman had 2 injuries in his first month in Montreal. And he did by bringing in Joel Edmondson, probably one of the few good defensemen that he actually brought in. That was my only gripe with Bergevin. He just couldn't sign free agent defensemen. He could trade for them, Edmondson and Weber. He just couldn't sign them, you know? Bergevin was going to leave, I think, anyway at the end of the year. I have a feeling he would have walked. Lemonhead, I have a feeling we just would have let him go. I don't think we to re-sign him, unfortunately. Honestly, I'm tired of the French rule too. NCAA, yeah. It's all the French government. It's the fucking government. The fans don't give a shit if he speaks French or not. We just want a good GM. We want a good GM. We just want a good GM. The fans, we don't give a shit if they speak French, English, or if they speak Italian. We just want someone who's a damn good GM and fit for the job. Do you think his statement is true on his emotion? Tristan, I haven't read this statement yet. This is where we need Gorton Magic to get us a first or second in the draft and make some trades and retool like the Rangers. Lemonhead, that's probably what's going to happen, which is ironic because we say we want a championship team, but Molson says that, and then we hire a guy who's known for retooling. I'm not complaining about getting Jeff Gorton at all. I like Jeff Gorton. I think he can definitely help us out of a retool, but don't claim that, oh, you should be able to keep cheering for a championship team, but we're not a championship team this year. We are not making the playoffs. The best bet is to go into a retool and get these trades done. Rip NCAA. Sorry to hear that, man. We French fans really don't care. Yes, the sponsors and government, exactly, come the beans. Exactly, man. Could this firing have been a reason? No. Windy City, there's no chance it was because of Logan Mailloux. If it was because of Logan Mailloux, they would have fired Bergevin at the start of the year. They would have fired him right after the draft happened. They would have fired Timmins. This would have happened right after the draft if they really, really didn't like who we drafted in the first round with Logan Mailloux. I think Mailloux is going to be good. I don't think he's going to be amazing. I think Atu Ratu is going to be way better, and I would have liked Atu Ratu or Logan Stankoven. But we're not here to argue that. I don't think that the firing is because of Mailloux at all. It's because of the on-ice performance of the players. Spaghetti Commissioner Gordon on the rise. Hell yeah, come the beans. Exactly. You guys got lucky getting Jeff Gordon. I was really hoping the Blackhawks got him. Hey, Matt, Windy City. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad we got him as well. We were talking to him obviously last night, and apparently it went by really smoothly. Because we got him today. So I mean, I hate losing Bergevin. I absolutely hate losing Marc Bergevin. But if it means getting Jeff Gordon, I mean, I think those are two guys that could have helped us through this rebuild. Is either Jeff Gordon or Marc Bergevin. Matt Norton. Bergevin leaving at the end of the year anyway, and if not the hockey ops department, who do we blame for the season? Dom has to go at some point. At least he's not an NHL coach. As well, he's not an NHL coach. Matt, he's not an NHL coach. Absolutely not. They're gonna give him till the end of the year. They're gonna give him till the end of the year. If he wasn't fired with Bergevin and Timmins and all these guys, he's not fired until at least the end of the year. At least the end of the year, man. He's really not going to be fired until the end of the year. But yeah, if it's not the hockey ops department, who to blame for this season? The players. You have to blame the players and the coach. The players don't want to play for the coach, and the coach is still there. The coach isn't trying as hard as he could. Last night was different. Last night we played a simple game of hockey. Last night we played really, really damn good. We played a really great game of hockey. Because we simplified. And that's what I liked about the game last night, was that we simplified it. Ducharme went to what worked in the playoffs, a very simplified version, a modified version of what we went to in the playoffs. So maybe he's learning. I want Ducharme to do good. It's not like, oh, I want Ducharme to fail and I want him gone. I want Ducharme to do good. I want Ducharme to be the best head coach that we've ever had. I want that to happen. I want to support my head coach and be, yeah, we got a really good head coach behind the bench. But he has to learn off of what this year's done and what we work well with of next year, you know? Will the Canadiens and Canucks do a GM swap? No, Tristan, because we're not fucking taking on your shitty general manager. I don't know, man. Bergie was great at trades. I'll grant you that. I'm wondering, though, if the scouting department is what in the end. Well, Dan, here's the thing. I don't know, because we look at last year. Who did we draft? We drafted Logan Mailloux in the first round, yes. We drafted then Riley Kidney and Oliver Kapanen in the second round. Drafted Dmitry Kostenko in the third round. William Trudeau in the fourth. Daniil Sobolov in the fifth round, along with Joshua Waugh. Xavier Semyonov in the sixth. And Joe Verbetic in the seventh. I like Joe Verbetic. I think he could be a decent AHL starter, maybe a backup for maybe a season or two. Obviously not next year or anything, but I think 5, 6 years, maybe 7 years down the line could be a decent backup, I think. But Xavier Simonu, I think he's a good AHL guy. Joshua Waugh, I think, could really click in on the bottom six in a little while. I really like the way the kid plays. You know, there's guys in this most recent draft class. I think the main issue for me would be, out of the first 6 picks we had, 4 of them were defensemen, and we don't need more defensemen. That would be my only issue. But we got Joshua Waugh, you know. And here's the thing: last year, we got Sean Phil, we got Rhett Pitlick, we got Raphael Harvey-Pinard in 2019, we got Jack Gornick, we got Cole Furston. We have guys who can work as left wingers. Michael Pezzetta, I don't like Michael Pezzetta, but Pezzetta's a left winger that was drafted in 2016 in the 6th round. He's playing NHL games. I think that's pretty solid, honestly. I think that's pretty good. I don't think it was the drafting that let down Bergevin at all. I don't think that's the reason that he got fired at all, in my opinion. Dom will go probably in the summer. Keep him for now and see if management changes, wake the players up. Management changes, wake the players up. Lemonhead, here's the thing. I don't think that's a smart now, because you just won a fucking game. You just beat the Pittsburgh, who were on a 5-game winning streak. You beat them, even though they outplayed you for most of the game. You still looked really solid for about 15 minutes in that game. You know? Maybe Bergevin will go to Chicago. NZA, I could see it. I mean, he's used to Chicago. He was there from, I think, 2008 to 2010 or 2011, I think. He knows Chicago, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him go take the GM job there, because it is open right now. I would dream of having Waugh, GM Torts as the coach. Come to Beans, I'd love that, honestly. With lots of management gone, I wonder if Subban returns as a free agent. I'd love to see him back. King Shark, no chance. No chance. No chance Subban comes back. No chance. I don't think the Hawks will bring back Bergevin. From what it sounds like, the Hawks might give Kyle Davidson the full-time job. Really, Windy City. I have no clue who Kyle Davidson is, but it seems like, I guess he's doing a good job if you guys are giving him the full-time job. Jack Olson, yeah, it's crazy. Holy shit, yeah, like, honestly, I wasn't expecting this today. I'm going to keep saying it. I was not expecting this at all today. We haven't even gotten to the statement from Marc Bergevin. I'm just seeing the picture they have him now, and it just chills. Jesus Christ, you know? You know? The other thing I think to consider is that under Marc Bergevin, aside from last year, on the season price got run by Emelin. We have been mediocre at best. I think it was time for a change. Well, Matt, I don't know if you can necessarily blame that on Bergevin, you know, because Bergevin's not out there playing the game, you know? Yes, he gets the players, but it's up to the head coach and it's up to the players on the ice who are able to that are the ones that need to be able to step up. If we look at the Montreal Canadiens 2016 roster, if we look at our roster from 2016, what I'm going to do, boys, is I'm going to look at our first year roster with Marc Bergevin, our 2013-14 roster. I'm going to open this up every year, so my thing might lag a little bit. My apologies. 14-15, is that 15-16? No, that's 16-17. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open the first 5 seasons of Bergevin as the Montreal Canadiens GM and see what our roster brought for us, you know? But, you know, I don't know if I'd say we were like extremely mediocre. Just guys didn't click necessarily, you know? Marc-Andre Fleury looking to get his 498th win of the career tonight on his 37th birthday. Hey, well, you know what? I hope he gets it. Unless he's playing against someone that I need him to beat, which in that case, I hope he doesn't. Hey, man, I just came back from work early to watch this, man. Gotta take a shower. Hey, come to Beans. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Joaquim Vieira. Holy shit. How's it going, man? Jesus, how's it going, man? It's second round and lower scouting I thought was always decent. The first round, though, I had questions. That and the development of these players. Dan, I don't think Kotkaniemi was rushed, especially considering how other players are rushed to the NHL. You know, I find it weird that people look at KK and think, oh, he's absolutely rushed. But then they look at guys like Lafreniere, who was a first overall pick and was not great at all last year, and think, oh, no, he wasn't rushed at all. He was first overall. He's supposed to be NHL ready. I find it weird people have those questions about KK, who's a third overall pick, who was good in his first year. I thought he was pretty decent. And then they look at Lafreniere and don't think, he's not rushed at all, even though he had worse points than KK, I'm pretty sure, in his first year. You know? Carlos, Trevor Timmins' time was up a long time ago. Carlos, Trevor Timmins drafting, honestly. I really liked it. Really, Windy City. Damn, Kyle Davidson, as it sits as the youngest acting GM, Windy City. Interesting. I think it's time for Ducharme to go back as an assistant coach. Joaquin, me too, man. Willie is there. How's it going, man? Hey, Tristan, yeah, I'm going to do more for sure, man. I'm going to do more for sure. Joaquin, that's what I'm about to get to. From 13-16, we were pretty solid. We weren't like that bad at all. I think they will talk to Price and ask him what he wants. Wall 2.0. Carlos, I don't know about that. I don't think they're going to go just to Carey Price and see what he wants. I feel like it's going to be a thing where they have to go to the whole team, you know, because they can't just look at Carey Price, even though he is the main guy of this team. I don't think they can just go to him and be like, hey, what do you want? They have to go to other players, I think. Price is gone after the season. Tristan, no chance. I know I just came, but I came at the wrong moment because now I have to do my homework. Hey, Anzi, don't worry about it, man. Good luck with your homework, man. Good luck with your homework. I would see Patrick Waugh as GM and Bob Hartley as coach. Cedric, Waugh as GM, I'd love that, but they haven't apparently talked to him. Waugh's camp, or I forget if it's the Canadiens camp or Waugh's camp, has set out and said that they haven't talked to Waugh at all. So, yeah, Bob Hartley is coach. I don't know much about Bob Hartley, but I mean, I guess he could be a decent coach, maybe. A lot of teams don't manage top talent well. Exactly, Dan. And that's the thing. You look at a lot of top 5 picks, aside from like 2020, there's at least one that you look at in the top 10 that comes into the NHL, and it's rushed. Lafreniere. KK wasn't rushed that much, in my opinion. He was playing, I'm pretty sure, third-line minutes most of his rookie year, and he was pretty solid. You know, there's guys that you look at in every draft class in the first round that end up getting rushed, you know? Yes, Timmins drafted McCarron, Sherbak. Was Timmins there when we drafted LeBlanc and Galchenyuk? But here's the thing. Is it on Timmins for those guys busting? Is it his fault that those guys got mismanaged down the line and just didn't have the talent to cut it in the NHL? Is it Timmins' fault for that? You know? 2 days until 25 days of Harry. Yes, and guys, subscribe, hit that ring that notification bell. Join the Discord if you want notifications every time I post 25 days of Harry. If you know what it is, I post one video every day in the month of December from the 1st to the 25th of December. And yeah. Caps fan here. Thanks for being the Penguins. It was glorious. LF 2021, no problem. I was very happy to beat the Penguins. You're very welcome. I don't think Wall will be GM if Gorton is basically running the shots. It's most likely going to be a Luongo or something. One that learns from Gorton. King Shark, I could see that, honestly. I could absolutely see that. I think Gordon's going to stick around, probably as like an assistant general manager or VP of hockey operations to teach whoever it is, whether it's Luongo or Wall or whoever it is in the front office. I could see it being that. Like, yes, here's the thing, Joaquin, he drafted Mayu. You can't say Mayu was a bust. Yes, Mayu was a reach considering where he was taken. But you have to this. People were going to take Mailloux in the second round. Bergevin acted and Timmins acted upon what other GMs were going to do. If no other GMs were going to take Mailloux in the second round, we would have taken him in the second round. We would have gone someone else. And I know, well, let him, let another team handle the PR shit. Bergevin and Timmins have been the guys who tried to see past personal stuff. That's why we drafted Cole Caulfield. I think he still is in Montreal too. Cedric, I mean, here's my favorite would be great to have as GM, but if he wants to be the GM, if he'd be a good GM in general, not just if it would work out of, okay, yeah, he can be the GM and blah blah blah, but it's if he'll be a good GM, which I think Kovalev could be. I want to think anyone could be a good GM. But Kovalev, it's all about, I don't know if Alex Kovalev strikes me as a general manager type guy. He kind of strikes me as more of a coach or a teacher type of guy at this point, The only reason I say that is because of his age, energy, and his mental health will be back again if the same thing happens when I say that. I mean, well, Tristan, no, he's not going to be gone. I don't think Price is going to be gone regardless of that. Yes, Timmins is in charge of the picks. He's not the one responsible, but he is. He's not the one responsible, but he is. Chris Hansen, what do you mean by that? Taking KK at third should have had them all fired. Chris Hansen, we needed a center at the time. We weren't going to trade back, and we weren't going to take Brady Tkachuk because we didn't need a left winger at the time, and we weren't going to take Quinn Hughes because we didn't need a defenseman at the time. Yes, they would have been better picks in hindsight, but here's the thing. KK turned into Dvorak for us. I think that's a win for us because of who KK turned into, Tristan, he's not a star in Carolina. He's doing fucking garbage in Carolina. That's the thing, Yes, B, that's the thing. You don't draft by position, you draft by talent. But that's the thing. Many teams have drafted by position before, and it's worked out for them. It doesn't do once. It doesn't work out once for the Montreal Canadiens, and everyone bitches that Timmins is one of the worst scouts in the NHL. I find it funny how people can be hypocrites like that. I'm kind of tired of Jeff Molson owning the franchise. Joaquin, me too. Me too, honestly. Don't forget, Gordon built, 80% of the current Rangers roster, exactly, Cedric, and they're doing really bad. But notice, the Grinders were brought in when Chris Drury came in because Chris Drury doesn't know shit. According to Jeff Molson, we're a championship team. That's what I mentioned when we said this statement. If KK was your goal guy, should have moved back. B, yeah, you should have moved back. Maybe you could have moved back and get an extra pick. But why not just take him at third and guarantee you get him? There's a reason we didn't move back. We probably tried to, but probably got rumblings, this team wants him, or Vancouver wants him because Vancouver is known to take busts. Vancouver would take him at 8, so okay. No one wants to move out before number 10, for example, So, let's just stay at number 3 and draft our guy, So you guarantee your guy, You pick the best player. Here's the thing, Chris Hansen. KK hasn't been... Exactly, King Shark. Arizona would have taken KK. And I don't think you were going to give Arizona the 6th overall pick, because I'm pretty sure that year they had 6. You weren't going to give them the 6th overall pick just to take KK and then, oh shit, we don't have our guy now, but at least we got another pick. You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. It's fucking stupid if you're going to do that. Look at Tony DeAngelo. Exactly. No one's talking about him. He's doing well in Carolina. If Montreal signed him, exactly. The reporters would never stop talking about how bad the signing was. Exactly. If we sign Tony DeAngelo, regardless of if he's point per game like he is in Carolina, because I'm pretty sure he's still point per game, or he's hovering around point per game. He's doing good there offensively, at least. That's the thing. People wouldn't be able to stop talking about he's a Trump supporter and all this and how he acts on Twitter and whatever. People wouldn't be able to stop talking about how he acts there and not what he's playing on the ice. I don't know if that would be good. Fuck the media. It's all fake news anyways. Fuck the media. Since the French thing will no doubt still be a thing, throwing a couple names, Matthew Darche and Jocelyn Thibault, 2020 QMJHL Team of the Year. Dan, throw out Jocelyn Thibault. QMJHL does not. Maybe get him in as an AHL GM at first, see how he. Not at all. Get him right in, like, hey, from the QMJHL, here you go to the NHL, Even though he's a former NHL player, with Jocelyn Thibault, I don't know if that would be a good transition from going at QMJHL right to the NHL. And Matthew Darsh, I've heard his name thrown out. I think he could be a good assistant GM transitioned into the GM role. Before I get into the rosters and discussing how we've been the past couple years, I want to go over Marc Bergevin's statement. There's only 7 guys here, but we're going to go over Marc Bergevin's statement from the that he put out. So he says, hello to all. This is a bit of a long statement. He says, hello to all. Saying farewell to an organization like the Montreal Canadiens is not an easy thing to do. I want to leave the organization in the same way I came in, with a lot of pride. If there's one word that comes to mind right now, it is thanks. Thanks to everyone who, in one way or another, has helped make this dream come true. Thanks to Jeff for his dedication, support, and trust throughout this journey. Thanks to the players, the coaches, the management team, the scouts, and all the hockey and administrative staff I worked with. Without you, I would never have been able to realize my dream. Thanks to the media for their professionalism and coverage. I would have never thought in my life that I would be getting more visibility than the Premier. Especially thanks to the fans for their support, passion, and loyalty to the Montreal Canadiens. The last years have been high in both emotions and learnings. You have witnessed my journey leading the organization. You won't be surprised to hear me say it has not been a long, quiet river, and at all times it felt like we were living in a TV show. Despite the challenges, the organization I led with passion always fought back. For me, each experience, good or bad, made me a better leader. It was in 2012 that I accepted with pride the challenge of leading the Montreal Canadiens towards a 25th Stanley Cup. Even if I always said that the goal was to make the playoffs and that everything was possible once there, the real objective was always to bring the cup to Montreal. I know you would have liked to hear me say that at each golf tournament at the start of the season, but this thought was behind every decision I made since my first day at the head of this organization. Last year allowed us to get closer to the ultimate objective, but we fell short of hosting the Holy Grail. Despite this, I am proud of what we achieved as an organization. I sincerely hope this objective will be achieved sooner than later. Montreal is the city where I took my first skating strides, and it's also the city where I learned to lead the NHL's winningest franchise. This city and this organization will always have a special place in my heart. That said, and despite the fact that this journey is coming to an end, I am proud of the legacy I'm leaving within this organization. The current team is much better than the results show, and I'm convinced that my successors will be able to rise to the challenge. It is with my head high and with unforgettable memories that I am leaving my role as general manager of the Montreal Canadiens. I wish this organization and my successor all the best for the future. Thanks again, Marc. That's the statement. I don't really have anything to pinpoint out. I don't have anything to comment on, really. It's just a damn fine statement from Marc Bergevin. If I have one thing to say from him, it's that he is thank you, Marc, for running this team for the past 9 years and trying to win us a Stanley Cup and, signing a lot of great contracts, even though you signed some bad ones, signing a lot of great contracts, getting us to the Cup final last year, bringing in a lot of guys like Toffoli and Hoffman and drafting guys like Caulfield and Sean Farrell, who are going to be great, trading for guys like Caulfield and Suzuki. Thank you for being professional on your way out, and thank you for giving this team the guys that they need to go far in the future. And if we win a cup, it's going to be because of Marc Bergevin. It's going to be because of Marc Bergevin. Thibault would need a start in a minor role for sure, mentored by Gordon. Yeah, Dan, I agree with you there. Montreal needs a new management and change. B, I don't think so. I think if you had kept Bergevin and fired Timmins and Paul Wilson, even though I don't agree with firing Timmins, if you had fired those two, I would at least understand that. I really don't understand firing Bergevin over this. They need to really take their time. Hiring in the drafting department has been brutal. Chris, that's not been brutal at all, man. Come on. So just a normal day. Zach or Carter, I'm assuming that's Zach now. Yeah, just totally just a normal day, man. Just a normal day. Canada's winning the basketball game against the Bahamas 51-35. Thank you. David, I shouldn't be wearing the white jersey, man, because this is a big loss, man. We get a guy who's going to make us better than the Maple Leafs in the next 3 years, but I mean, hey, we get a guy, we lose probably the best general manager we've had in at least 3 decades, at least, probably. I can't believe he signed Suzuki for $8 million. B, I can, because Suzuki's going to massively get underpaid from that contract, man. They have the least amount of drafted players on their roster besides Seattle. Chris Hansen, so fucking what? So what if we have the least amount of drafted players on our roster besides Seattle? It's called development. I find it funny. It's people like you that are always the ones saying, "Oh, we need to get our players up. We need to use our young guys." And then when we use our young guys, you're saying, "See, we're rushing them so much. We're rushing them so much." Chris, weren't you one of the guys in the streams when Coughlin got sent down saying, "See, we're ruining his development. Why are we sending him down?" Without realizing that playing guys in the AHL, getting them that development, and also leaving guys unsigned or placing them in juniors and letting them stay overseas, isn't that probably a better development than rushing them to the NHL? You know? I want to point out the last trade that Marc Bergevin made for the Montreal Canadiens was almost 2 months ago. And it was this. The Montreal Canadiens acquiring Christian Dvorak, the Arizona Coyotes acquiring a conditional 2022 first, Montreal, and a 2024 second. The condition, the better of Montreal or Carolina's 2022 first round pick, but if either or both are top 10 picks, then Montreal will instead transfer to Arizona, the worst of Montreal Carolina's 2022 first. So on his way out, technically, even Marc Bergevin was looking out for this team. Even if he didn't know he was going to get fired, looking out for this team, making that top 10 protected, technically top 10 protected. Bergevin looking out for us in that way. Instead of just straight out saying, "Hey, we will trade you this pick no matter what," making it top 10 protected. That's how smart this guy is. We have what looked to be cup contending team at the start of the year, and he's still that smart. Make it top 10 protected because you never know what's going to happen. Bergevin was that smart of a guy. Maybe the Leafs will hire him. Well, yeah, Chris, but you're technically saying something about development because, we have the least amount of drafted players on our roster. That's saying something about development. That's saying something about development right there. Harry, what has Bergevin done that you will miss him so much? What has he done? B. Okay. You want to go over his drafting. Do I have the drafting open right now? Yes, I do. Let's go back to 2012 when Bergevin came in. Who did he draft? He drafted Galchenyuk with his first pick, because I'm pretty sure he came in. He came in 2012, actually. Yes, drafted Nathan Beaulieu. That 2012 draft, he came in for the 2012 draft. I am big dumb. Alex Galchenyuk was good with the Canadiens. In 2013, drafted Sven Andrighetto, okay. In the second round, drafted Arturi Lehkonen, who is one of our best PKers, great bottom six guy, one of the best players that we have playing right now. Dude has 10 points in the last 10 games, I'm pretty sure. What has Bergevin done that you'll miss him so much? Drafted Lehkonen in 2013. Drafted Jake Evans in the 7th round in 2014. In 2016, drafted Victor Mete in the 4th round. Even though he's not with us anymore, still drafting him in the 4th round. I think that's pretty good. 2017, drafting Caden Primo in the 7th round. Drafting Ryan Poehling, 25th overall. In 2018, getting Alexander Romanov in the 2nd round. In 2019, getting Cole Caulfield, getting Jaden Struble, getting Matthias Norlinder, getting Raphael Harvey-Pinard. In 2018, getting Cam Hillis, getting Jordan Harris. 2020, getting Caden Gooley, getting Luke Tuck, getting Jan Misek, getting Sean Farrell in the 4th round. And that's just his drafting. If we're going to go back to his trades, which I will in a second, if we're looking back on his trades, we're going to look back on a second. This is kind of going to be the Marc Bergevin tribute stream. I'm going to do a video on Marc Bergevin's trades and drafts and whatever. But just going off of his drafting, that is why I miss Bergevin so much. That is why I'm going to miss him so much, Maybe the Leafs will hire him. David, no, because the Leafs don't hire good management. That's the thing. Maybe with Gordon, we'll see a Sherrod for Kravtsov move. Hey, King Shark, that'd be fun, honestly. I'd like that. Give Bergevin credit for fleecing a lot of teams. Exactly, Wolverine. Domi Galchenyuk that eventually became the Josh Anderson trade. The no trade. We're going to get to those. And yeah, great move trading Subban for Weber. Exactly, Wolverine. Exactly. Okay, if he did all this, why are they doing so bad? Y'all only have 9 wins. Tristan, because of the on-ice team and because of the head coach. The head coach's style wasn't working. It's not clicking. The players on the ice aren't trying. They don't want to play for the head coach, it seems. Bergevin isn't the draft guy, though. He listens to Timmins and goes with it. Watch the behind the scenes. Yeah. Well, King Shark, I watched the 2019 one. The only guy that Bergevin really wanted was, I'm pretty sure, Matthias Norlinder. I'm pretty sure that was the only guy. It was Norlander or it was one of the other guys, but there was one defenseman that Bergevin was like, I really want this guy. And Timmins agreed with him on that. Does Jeff pick the GM midnight? I don't believe so. I'm pretty sure Molson would have to conduct that. And I think Gorton gets to help with that, but I'm pretty sure it's Molson that gets it. I bet he wasn't wearing his. Yeah, he probably wasn't because his red jacket's only for when we're in the playoffs, really. Yeah, it was Jaden Struble, King Shark. Yeah, Jaden Struble. Yeah, because the guy's a Greek god. I'm pretty sure is what he said. The guy's a Greek god, Jaden Struble. What about Ducharme? Midnight. Ducharme's not getting fired, unfortunately. If Ducharme isn't fired with this group of players, of these group of guys, Bergevin, Timmins, and Paul Wilson, who we haven't mentioned just because I don't know much about the guy to where I can be like, oh, it's a really bad loss for us, or it's a great loss. You know, I can't really bring anything up like that. But he's probably not getting fired. So, boyos, now for the Montreal Canadiens, I want to go back and I want to look through some of the best trades of Marc Bergevin's. However, for us to do this, we have to go all the way back to 2012 because there's probably a few trades that I'm going to miss. I'm going to look at some notable trades that Marc Bergevin made. So he came in May of 2012. It says, I forgot. I have his first trades. So the first trades that Bergevin made, his first trade that Marc Bergevin made was trading Brandon Nash to the Florida Panthers for Jason DeSantis. That is a wonderful trade. And exactly a month later, he made a pretty solid trade of acquiring Dustin Tokarski from the Tampa Bay Lightning for Cedric Desjardins. So I'd say that's a pretty good trade right there. And then trading Eric Cole to the Dallas Stars to reacquire Michael Ryder and a 2013 third, which became Connor Crisp. Yeah, that's a pretty good win for both of us, in my opinion. I'm trying to get through a couple other trades. Just a second. Who do you think the next GM will be, and when will they hire him? Carlos, I wanted it to be Patrick Waugh. There's a lot of rumors that it might end up being. There's a couple rumors about who the next head coach might be. There's rumors it might be Luongo. I'd love Luongo. But if they are going to hire him, I'd assume they're going to take their time. And I think it's going to be in the next month. And I think it's going to be maybe a month and a half, 2 months from now. I think it's going to be after the Olympics is when there's going to be the for sure general manager. I do think Jeff Gorton's going to get a little bit of time as the senior vice president of hockey operations, in my opinion. Waugh has experience in Colorado. He has experience in Colorado. New GM will fire the coach. Chris, maybe. Bergevin made some good and bad trades. The Byron waiver wire was solid. Oh, yeah, it was good. But I think Bergevin made far more great trades than he did bad. Oh, no, not as GM, as head coach, but like even then, Waugh does strike me as a guy who would be a great GM for some reason. Like hearing the name Patrick Waugh, ignoring goaltender, Patrick Waugh, general manager, strikes me like I have this thing with names where I can tell if they're going to be really good or not. Patrick Waugh strikes me as a guy who's going to be a really good GM, you know? He strikes me as a Bergevin 2.0, you know? Dale Weiss from Vancouver for Rafael Diaz. That's a damn good trade right there. Philip Lefebvre and a 2014 7th for George Peros. That would have been pretty solid. He seems too hot-headed. Needs some social skills to be GM. I mean, that's why Bergevin was the GM then. Of course, Vanek and a 5th for Sebastian Kohlberg and a 2014 2nd from the Islanders to the Islanders that became Jonathan McLeod. That's a pretty damn good deal right there. Yeah. This is interesting right here, boys. This is interesting. Louis Leblanc to the Anaheim Ducks for a conditional 2015 5th that became Troy Terry. This is an interesting trade. The pick is transferred. If LeBlanc plays in 15 NHL games with Anaheim during the 14-15 NHL season, LeBlanc didn't play in those games, so Anaheim kept the pick. That's the thing. You never know who's going to become what with what pick. That's when you can't blame on Bergevin. You cannot look at that trade and think, oh, Bergevin shouldn't have made that pick conditional because how was he supposed to know? Or because he should have known Troy Terry was going to be something good. Like, no. Who would have known Troy Terry was going to pop off this year, you know? Who would have known? I think that's one of the really cool things about trades, about doing trades like this. Marc Bergevin, oh no, Radulov wasn't great, Bergevin has not, Radulov has not been great in Dallas, and Markov would have just been washed up by the second year of his contract. That's the thing. I'm going through his trades. I'm just trying to spot. All right, here we go. A 2015 fourth and a 2015 second that became Caleb Jones and Jonas Siegenthaler to the Oilers in exchange for Jeff Petrie. That's a pretty damn good trade right there. Brendan Prust to the Canucks for Zach Kassian, a 2016 fifth that became Casey Stayham. So that was a whatever trade because we got rid of Zach Kassian for Ben Scrivens, which is a win for us, obviously. Here we go. The John Scott deal. Stefan Fournier and Jared Tenorti to the Arizona Coyotes. Nashville gets Stephen Elliott. Montreal gets Victor Bartley and John Scott from Nashville and from Arizona, respectively. So that was a really damn good trade. And then obviously, just about at the trade deadline, actually, the one of the best trades that Marc Bergevin ever made, in my opinion, Thomas Fleischmann and Dale Weiss, which people don't realize was 30% retained on Dale Weiss to the Chicago Blackhawks for Philip Deneau and a 2018 second that became Alexander Radulov. One of the best trades Marc Bergevin ever made. You get your second-line center for years to come, first-line center, actually, and you get a damn good potential top-four defenseman, and you give up two guys who were gone after that season anyways. So I think that's pretty good right there. Devontae Smith-Pelly for Stephane Matteau, that's whatever. Of course, the Shaw for 2 seconds that became DeBrincat. I think that's a win-win. They got DeBrincat. We got a guy who he'd end up trading back to Chicago. Spoiler. Of course, Shea Weber for PK Subban. That's a pretty solid trade right there. That was a really good one right there. I'm just looking through his trades right now. Greg Pattern and a 2017 fourth that became Marcus Phillips for Jordy Ben. I think that's a decent trade for us. He was all right. David Desharnais for Brendan Davidson, getting rid of Desharnais' contract. That was a bit of a win. Steve Ott for a 2018 sixth. That was fine. I liked Steve Ott. Jonathan Drouin and a 2018 sixth for Mikhail Sergachev and a conditional 2018 second. This is what people forget, that Drouin and Sergachev wasn't a 1-for-1. People forget there were conditions to that trade. But then why isn't this team competitive? You would think with all the wins via trade. Yeah, it should result in a good team. That doesn't mean the players on the ice are going to play like that. Bergevin wins these trades, no doubt, but it's not guaranteeing that they're going to be a good team. You know, we win all these trades, yes. The team on the ice has to click and the head coach has to click. You know, it's not just a matter of the GM winning these trades, you know. Then why is Bergevin the one getting fired if the coach is the one that's fucking up the season? Tristan, I don't even know. Nobody knows this. Everyone wanted Ducharme fired, and nobody has wanted Ducharme fired. And yet we're getting Ducharme being fired. Or we're getting Bergevin being fired, you know? This genuinely sucks, you know? So is Bergevin not good at I don't know if it's I wouldn't say it's a thing of him not I wouldn't say if it's a thing of him not good at choosing coaches. It's just the coaches that he chooses are very risky, you know? Michel Therrien was pretty risky, you know? Julien, no matter how good he was, in my opinion, was a risky pick. Ducharme was risky because he has had no coaching experience before, you know? And are you surprised he's not arguing? No, Tristan, because he really can't. You know, it's not like you're fired. No, you can't fire me. I'm staying till the end of the year, blah, 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 you know? It's not a matter of that. It's just, you know, I'm not surprised he's not arguing because he was up after the season anyways, you know? It's not like he has a, you know, no firing clause or whatever, you know, where they cannot fire him literally. Then, yeah, I'd be surprised if he's not arguing. You know, it's a thing where it's like, okay, I'm going to take it like a man and I'm going to go out, you know? Why not? You know, I'm going to go out on top with a Stanley Cup final ring, you know? Stanley Cup finals appearance, unlike any of the Maple Leafs coaches from the past century, it feels like. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's Bergevin isn't good at choosing coaches. It's also dependent. You know, you can't just say, oh, why didn't Bergevin just go out this offseason and get Gerard Gallant? One, Gerard Gallant might not have wanted to return to Montreal. It's not a thing of, oh, Bergevin can get whoever he wants. It seems like it. It genuinely seems like it. Gallant might not like some of the players. He might not have liked Montreal. You know, he might just not have wanted to come back to Montreal. He might have wanted to try out the Rangers, you know, and it might have also been a thing where Bergevin just saw something in Gallant that we just didn't and wanted to stay away. But Drouin for Sergachev, there was actually a 2016 sixth, 2018 sixth, and a 2018 second that were conditional. The conditions were if Sergachev doesn't play 40 regular season or playoff games for the Lightning in the 2017-18 season, Then Montreal receives Tampa Bay's 2018 sixth round pick. If he plays 40 games, no draft picks are exchanged. So it did end up being a wonderful one, but originally there were the picks. There were the picks involved. And the result, Sergachev played in the 40 regular season games, so no picks were exchanged. The Alzer signing was probably his worst move. His best was the Suzuki one. King Shark, yeah, the Alzer signing was probably pretty bad, but I mean, it wasn't like. I think the Savard signing might go down as the worst, but Alzner wasn't like he was a sixth defenseman. It was whatever. It's whatever at this point. I'm kind of over the Alzner signing. He should have been gone at the end of last season because he wanted a new start. Tristan, it's not that. It's not that he wanted to start with a new team. It's that he was. I'm talking about Gallant. Like, he didn't hire Gallant because he saw something in Gallant that he didn't want to hire him. And I don't think it's Bergevin not arguing because he wants a new start with a new team. I think it's just that he doesn't want to, fight and embarrass himself, because if he stayed and it was like, no, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to keep GMing this team, whatever, and made a stink about it or whatever, that'd be embarrassing himself. The way he went out is very respectful. It's very respectable that he wished the best for the team. And in my opinion, didn't just, in last night, make a bunch of really bad trades for the team, and then just ruin us for the future, no, he was like, you know what? All right, I'm probably going to be done. That sucks, Development was an issue. Should the GM have addressed that? B, how would he have addressed that? How would he have addressed developing? How would he have addressed developing? That's my question for you. David Schlemko for 2019 fifth. I think that's a pretty good one right there. Here we go. Montreal Canadiens. The Flyers acquire the 190th overall pick. The Canadiens in the 2018 draft, and the Canadiens acquire 199 in the 2017 draft to select Caden Primo. So we traded away a pick from the year after to get this year's pick, and that's the pick we used to get Caden Primo. So we traded up, or we traded a future to get Caden Primo. Then, of course, a really great trade, in my opinion. Nick Delorier from the Buffalo Sabres for Zach Redmond. That's a great trade. I like that one. Torrey Mitchell for a fourth that became Alan McShane. That's okay. Coaching, if skating an issue, get a skating coach. I'm pretty sure we have a skating coach, B. Your point doesn't really have that, Your point doesn't really have a point. Montreal IMO doesn't really need a full rebuild. We have our young core. We should turn it around. Oh, Wolverine, yeah, like that's why we're going through a slight retool. We're gonna fire. I wish we could fire guys. We're gonna trade guys like Sherratt, and I'm trying to think of guys that are expiring after this year. Maybe Lehkonen. I love Lehkonen, but we might trade him because he's a pending RFA after this year. We might trade Drouin. I love Drouin, but we genuinely might at the deadline. I wouldn't want to keep him until the end of the contract if it means we're going to be tanking. I'd rather trade him to a Colorado or trade him to a Tampa. Maybe not Tampa, because I don't know if you'd want to go back to Tampa, but trade him to like a Colorado and try to win him a cup. Don't be selfish and hold on to Drouin just because we really like him. Let him go. Let him go win a cup elsewhere. That's what I would do. The issue is lack of leadership. Human, yeah, and that's why Gallagher isn't really the best suit for captain, in my opinion. I don't really think we should have a captain this year. I think we should just write it out and wait for next year, even though apparently Drouin has spilt that Edmondson might be the next captain. So, yeah. Adam Cracknell for Peter Holland. That's a beauty of a trade right there. I'm looking for more. Oh, this one, Kirby Reichel and Rennet Valiant for a 2018 second and a 2018 second for Thomas Plekanec and Kyle Bond, baby. That's a big win for us. We get a free Kirby Reichel and Rennet Valiant because Thomas Plekanec ended up just rejoining the Canadiens the next year. Hell yeah. Leafs choked in the first round like usual. That's a good trade for us. Mush, no playoffs this year, but it's not doom in the long term. Next year will be better for sure. I'm a Leafs fan. Mash, I'm sorry for that comment then. I'm very sorry that you just so happen to come in and hear that. I'm very sorry for that, man. I'm very sorry. But yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, no playoffs this year, but yeah, it's not doom. It's not like we have the current players we have and it's like 2 or 3 prospects. No, our prospect system is filled to the brim. Not to the brim, but we are filled up pretty damn well with really great defensive prospects, some pretty good offensive prospects, and a couple good goalie prospects. I think we just need that solid, not price caliber starting goaltender, not price caliber, but a good future starting goaltender, and maybe a couple winger pieces, and then we should be good for the future. You're not wrong with the Leafs. Hey, well, thank you, Mash. At least you're one of the Leafs fans that can acknowledge that you guys choke, and you're not one of the Leafs fans that just says, oh, we don't choke, we just get screwed. So my respect for you as a Leafs fan goes up. You're one of the good ones, I can tell already. But yeah, unfortunately, you guys choke a lot. My best friend is a Leafs fan, so she knows about the Leafs a lot. I'm hoping you guys can win around this year. For my best friend's fault, for all the good Leafs fans, I'm hoping you guys win around this year. I'm really hoping you guys can do it this year. Do you think the NHL should allow goalies to be captain? Oh, absolutely, Wolverine. I find it dumb that they removed that rule after Luongo became captain because he was the best player worthy of it on the Canucks, and I think Price is worthy of it on the Canadiens for sure. Been a Leafs fan since '91. Most of our issues are between the years. Mash, yeah, man. Most of the issues, yeah, yeah, man. Been a Leafs fan since '91. Jesus Christ. So yeah, you saw '93 then. That's 93. I would argue that was a yikes for sure. That was a yike year. I hate that 93 because it should have been Habs and Leafs. Would have been a great Habs Cup victory. Getting Mike Riley from the Wild for a 2019 fifth, that's another pretty good trade. Of course, this one got Kahnawake for Domi. Everyone bitched about this trade. Everyone bitched about every Bergevin trade, it seems, when they happened. But Bergevin getting rid of Alex Galchenyuk, acquiring Max Domi, 1-for-1. That's a great trade in my opinion. It's just a damn good trade. Getting rid of Hayden Hockey, even though it's a great name, for 2019 fit that became Rhett Pitlick, who I think is actually a pretty solid player. I think he's going to be a decent fourth line if he ever makes the NHL. Raphael Harvey-Pinard, funny enough, trading away the pick that became Raphael Harvey-Pinard to get back the pick that became Brent Stampley. That actually is pretty funny. So we reacquired our 2018 seventh just to trade our 2019 seventh from the year after. I think that was pretty funny. Match, yeah, it should have been Habs and Leafs, man. Could have went either way, definitely, but it would have gone down in history, no doubt. I do think the Habs would have come out on top of it because it seemed like the Cup was kind of meant to come to us that year, but I mean, hey, maybe could have been the Leafs Cup. But yeah, Price deserves a good team, man. Match, I agree with you, man. Price deserves to be either on a good like Colorado team or Montreal just needs to be good for him, man. I'm hoping once Price comes back, we start to play better and start to play in front of him, but who knows? We'll see. Oh, and then here we got the common Oilers fleece, the 2018 second that became Olivier Rodrigue. And in exchange, we got a 2018 third that became Jordan Harris and a 2018 fifth that became Samuel Houde. So the common Oilers fleece. Jets, Zach, Carter. I don't know if you guys are still here. So the Simon Bork to the Winnipeg Jets in exchange for Steve Mason, a 2019 seventh, a 2020 fourth, and Yoel Armia. So, yeah, there's that. That trade happened, and yeah, thank you, Jets, for Yoel Armia, and thank you for Steve Mason, Habs. And then, of course, we got this deal. Max Pacioretty, 10% retained by the Canadiens, by the way, for Tomas Tatar, who had 9.4 retained, Nick Suzuki, and a 2019 second that became Samuel Feggeman. What can I say about that trade? Pacioretty, even though he's done good in Vegas, he's been very, very injured. Tomas Tatar did pretty good with Montreal. Nick Suzuki is our first-line center and will be for hopefully the next decade. And the 2019 second, I'm pretty sure we would trade that one because I don't remember Samuel Feggeman. Then this really good trade is Rene Valiant for Matt Tiamanina. Those guys traded to the Calgary Flames for Brett Kulak. Brett Kulak, who's been one of our best defensemen the past couple of years, in my opinion. Really like his defensive game. He provides a little bit of offense here and there. Another great trade by Bergevin. Will Bitton for Gustav Olofsson. I liked Olofsson when he played in the NHL. He wasn't going to be a consistent number 6, but I liked him when he played. Christian Folin and Dale Weiss. Christian Folin, who had retention for David Schlemko and Byron Fraze. That's a whatever trade. I like it, though. Nate Thompson, a 2019 fifth for a 2019 fourth. Nate Thompson played pretty good in Montreal. And then here we go. The 2019 second, Samuel Feggeman, became a 2019 third, which became Matthias Norlinder, and a 2019 fifth that became Jacob Lecarrier. So, in short, Max Pacioretty became Tomas Tatar, Nick Suzuki, Matthias Norlinder, and Jacob Lecarrier. That's a yikes right there for the Vegas Golden Knights, the Vegas Golden Refs, excuse me. And then here we go. The Montreal Canadiens, 2019 seventh, that became Raphael Harvey-Pinard, reacquiring it and getting rid of the 2020 seventh that would actually end up being one pick higher for Gunnar Fulton. And yeah, Raphael Harvey-Pinard, I like him. Habs need a couple of solid centers and a top 4 D-man. That I know that's hard to get, but would help a lot. Mash, here's the thing. I don't know if you're talking about now or for the future. If you're talking for the future, I think we have a couple solid centers. I do agree. I think we need 1 or 2 more. Sorry. Whew. And the top 4 defensemen, no, I don't agree. I think we just need to get rid of guys, actually. We're not going to contend for the playoffs. We're not going to get a wild card spot. We're out of it. I just want to tank. That's why we brought in Jeff Gorton today to replace Bergevin. Even if I'm not saying he's head coach, he's GM. He's the GM. Come on. Senior head of vice whatevers. He's Jeff Gorton. He's the general manager, former of the Rangers. He's the general manager. Like, I think we're going to go into a slight retool. I don't think we're going to sell absolutely everything, get rid of Toffoli and Gallagher and Petrie and Price and all these guys. Like, we're going to get rid of, guys like Sherrod and Drouin, guys who are expiring. But if we did want to get better now, I do think we would need that. But yeah. Yeah, Mash. Yeah, tanking does work. I mean, I'm sure you hated it when the Leafs were tanking in 2016 because you're probably just like, stop trading all the guys that are doing good for us, because like PA Toronto was doing good for you guys, and then you traded. I'm pretty sure that was the season. Toronto, I genuinely don't get that guy. Dude had like 3 60-point seasons and just never got credit for being good. He was Habs legend, Habs and Leafs legend. So I'm sure you guys hated tanking in 2016, all those fucking losses, even if it ended up with Matthews. But yeah, it's the NHL. Tanking gets you first overall oftentimes. Come to Beans, welcome back, man. Oh, and then here we go. Chicago Blackhawks get Andrew Shaw in a 2021 7th that became Sam Lipkin. Montreal Canadiens get a 2021 3rd that became Tyson Hins. 2027 that became Chase Bradley, and a 2022 that became Jan Misek. Love Jan Misek. I think he's going to be an incredible, an absolutely incredible guy. He's going to be an incredible second line left winger, in my opinion. I could see our future left wing core being Sean Farrell and Jan Misek. I love Jan Misek. I think he's going to be great. Trading Nick Deslauriers for Braden Coe. I hate getting rid of Deslauriers, but we got a pick. I'm fine with it. Marco Scandella from the Buffalo Sabres, getting him from the Buffalo Sabres for 2024. And then just a month and a half later, not even, Marco Scandella, 50% retained to the St. Louis Blues for a 2022 that became Jack Finley and a 2021 4th that became William Trudeau. The condition, we would receive the 2021 4th if St. Louis re-signed Scandella before October 7, 2020, or if St. Louis won 2 playoff rounds and he plays at least half the games. St. Louis re-signed Scandella, so we did get the 2021 4th. Deadline, okay, well that's an AHL trade. Ilya Kovalchuk for 2023, Nate Thompson for 2021 5th, and then Michael Pekka for Andrew Luchuk and a 7th, that was whatever. Nick Cousins for a 4th that became Dylan Duke. Then, here we go, boys, the trade. Dylan Pedersen and Chase Bradley to the St. Louis Blues, 2023 and 2027. Oh, sorry, Mash. I don't mind losing on purpose. I hate losing on accident. Looking at you, Vancouver. Mash, I'm actually the opposite. I don't mind losing on accident, like if you're trying to be good, but you're just losing. And I hate losing on purpose, actually. I hate when you're purposely trading guys like, say JVR has, 14 points in 11 games, trading him off all of a sudden because, oh, we're trying to tank. We don't want you, JVR, here, I hate doing stuff like that, honestly. But, I kind of find it funny how we're opposite on that. But yeah, we trade the 3rd and 7th, and we get a 2022 7th and Jake Allen. So the deal, we get Jake Allen. We only give up a 3rd, technically, because it's the 7th round pick swap. Then a 2025th that became Ben Mihan to the Carolina Hurricanes in exchange for Joel Edmondson. Then Columbus, Max Domi, a 2023 that became Samuel Kansko. I do like the kid. I think he could be a decent bottom sixer. For Josh Anderson, that's a big win for us. Domi has struggled in Columbus. Anderson has struggled, but he's definitely found his footing more recently. And then this is the big one. Tampa Bay Lightning acquired the 2022 that became Jack Finley. Canadiens acquired the 2021 2nd that became Oliver Kapanen. And a 2024 that became, you guessed it, boyos, Sean Farrell. Sean Farrell acquired in a random whatever trade. We are now an hour in. There's 5 people watching. I'm gonna go through Bergevin's trades, quickly go through the rosters, and then we're gonna wrap up this thing right here. A 2021 third that became Josh Bloom, and a 2021 fifth that became Valjarmi Maljala in exchange for Eric Stoll, 50% retained. That's a big win for us because we get Eric Stoll. Hayden Verbeek and a 2025 for John Merrill. Eric Gustafson, 50% retained for a 2022 seventh. I think it's a good win for us. A 2021 fourth that became Dylan Duke for a 2022 fourth. We haven't used that yet, obviously. A 2021 fourth, sorry. A 2021 fourth that became Josh Pillar to the Wild for a 2021 fifth for that became Joshua Waugh, and a 2021 seventh that became Joe Verbatic. Big win for Bergevin, and then obviously the Dvorak trade already mentioned. Bergevin winning that trade, running away. Holy shit, that was a great trade for Bergevin. Overall, Bergevin, an incredible general manager at trading, an incredible manager, a pretty good general manager at drafting, and a damn good general manager at signing guys. JVR had some had more downsides than upsides, but when he's good, he's amazing, but he's far too inconsistent. Mash, I agree with you, man. I genuinely couldn't agree with you more there, honestly. I couldn't agree with you more. But they're speaking French. They're speaking French, them back in certain aspects as well. Yes, Mash, I absolutely agree. It is holding us back. We should have had, a guy like a John Tortorella, for example. We could have had a guy like him, no doubt about it, if we had left that stupid head coach has to speak French rule. If we had left that rule alone, we would have been pretty damn good by now, in my opinion. Also, I just realized I didn't set my lines today in fantasy. And I just realized I'm not playing Kirill Kaprizov. Holy shit, I'm glad I'm looking now because I'm going to start playing. I almost didn't play Troy Terry today. Did I play Draisaitl at least? I did, but he's not playing. God damn it, Draisaitl. What are you doing? Oh, man, haha, Torts in Montreal. Oh, Mash, yeah. I want John Tortorella in Montreal. I'm one of the guys who loves John Tortorella's coaching style. I love how he demands the best out of his players, how he sees them as humans, but knows that he can get the best out of them. And it would have been must watch for sure. Seeing Torts in Montreal, like, holy shit, damn it. I think he would have been great. A great head coach in Montreal. John Tortorella, if ever you're watching this, which if you are, I hate to say it, but you have a bad choice in YouTubers. But please come to Montreal somehow. Learn French. Actually, I think Tortorella knows French, actually. But yeah, I'm one of the guys. I would love John Tortorella in Montreal, or excuse me, John Tortellini. So looking at the teams, actually, firstly, Sean Farrell. I want to point out Sean Farrell, USHL last year, played in 53 games, had 29 goals, 72 assists, 101 points. You put Sean Farrell on the first line with Suzuki and Caulfield in 3 years, you give them that time to develop, holy shit, they're going to be good. I guarantee you will get a team that is really goddamn good, and they should be able to put up at least point per game, most likely, hopefully. Just hire a translator and throw them like $100K a year. It's like nothing to them. Exactly, Fazio. Exactly, Fazio. Just throw them nothing. Exactly. Just throw them anyone you can, man. Yeah. Just throwing all caution to the wind. Just throw all caution to the wind. Just give him 100K, pretty much. Holy shit, Rasmus Dahlin is available in this fantasy league. I'd pick him up, but he doesn't play tonight. Ivan Provorov plays, but I don't want to pick him up. Tage Thompson. Oh, wait, no, I think I dropped him in this league. Huh? Kirby Dach. What do you guys think? Should I pick up Kirby Dach in fantasy? I'm going to talk about this real quick. Actually, no, Kirby Dach's having a bit of a down year. Never mind. All right, I think Gordon convinced Harris to sign. Human Bigfoot, I think so too. Jeff Gorton would be that type of guy. Tage Thompson's a rocket shot. I would pick him up, but he's not playing tonight. I need guys that are playing tonight because I'm down by 2. I'm first seed in this league, and I need to hold off the third seed. Is what's going on there. But yeah, Tage Thompson has a really damn good shot. It's weird you're not narrating on the game. Yeah, Fodger, it's really weird because I don't have a game. Yeah, grab Willie. Mash, Nylander's not I would love to grab Willie, but I can't. Not on stream. That would get me taken down. I would grab Nylander, but unfortunately, he's already grabbed by like several other teams. Faja, who's available? There was like Jamie Benn. Um, there was like Jamie Benn. I forget exactly. If you would have said this 2 months ago, I would say you're crazy. Yeah, Silverback. Yeah, it's crazy. If I told you at the start of the year, hey, Bergevin's gonna go. Hey, Bergevin's gonna be fired. Trevor Timmins is gonna be gone. We're gonna be one of the worst teams in the NHL. How do you guys like that? If I told you that at the beginning of the year, you guys would have assumed I'm just being cynical and I'm just being, I'm a Montreal fan, doesn't really want to look at the team in positive light because say my expectations too low. And honestly, I would have been the same way. I would have been like, yeah, no, I'm just doing this so I lower my expectations, and see what goes on. And then, yeah, only one guy at the draft table, Jeff Gorton. Oh, hell yeah. That's going to be great. Jeff Gordon's going to be doing all the scouting himself, that's actually going to be really funny. Okay, we actually play the Canucks tomorrow. Wait, why did I look up Montreal Canadiens? I need NHL standings. Oh, God. We play the Canucks, and then our next game's against the Avalanche. Jesus Christ. Leafs are due a loss, though, so probably would backfire anyways. All the best to Habs fans. Hey, Mash, thank you, man. Thank you for coming by. I hope you enjoyed the chat. I know I did. From a Habs fan to a Leafs fan, go Leafs, go. I hope you guys managed to win tonight. I forgot who you're playing, but I hope you guys managed to win. And thank you very much, man. I'm hoping for the best as well. I'm just trying to survive this season, and I'm just trying to make out the best that I can with whatever we can get. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. So in the Eastern Conference, we are currently the third worst team. We are somehow better than the New York Islanders, but we won't be for long because they have 5 games in hand on us. But overall in the NHL, we have 14 points. We are tied for the 5th worst team in the NHL. The Ducks. Oh, you guys play the Ducks. Holy shit. Let Troy Terry get like 8 points, but please win 9-8, please. Seriously, they should just throw the season away. Human top 5, human Bigfoot, I agree, man. I'd be fine with a top 10 pick, honestly. I'd be fine with a top 10 pick just because this draft is incredibly stacked. Hold on. Oh, shit, yeah, Fajo. Oh, shit, yeah, true. Yeah, Jeff Gordon just doing everything, getting the calls, checking the paper. He's like, all right, this guy get picked. All right, he's off our draft list. All right, who do we want? Or we want this guy. All right, that guy just got picked. This guy's a good shot. This guy's a good playmake, Well, according to Molson, yeah, according to Molson, we're going to be champions. Exactly, King Shark. Molson is a fucking clown. I understand he can't say, oh, no, yeah, we're fucking god-awful. We're going to tank this season. We are really, really bad. I understand he can't say that, but you really shouldn't. But, I mean, still, just, dude, come on, just admit. Just, be like, yeah, no, we're typically a good team. We're just going to throw the season away, Just something like that, just, come on. But yeah, Fazio, actually, who's available in this league? I'm going to look real quick. All right. By the way, boys, I just got Glenn Hall in a sim league where I needed a goaltender for the future. So let's go. That is very poggers. Yes, W, fuck Timmins. Damn. Interesting note. Oh my God, boys. Interesting to note. Brooksy, NYP Brooksy, reported an Eastern Conference team has shown interest in trading for Kane. So the Islanders are probably going for Evander Kane, unfortunately. Rope Hintz is the current top free agent, Fazio. It's Rope Hintz, Riley Smith, Adrian Kempe, Justin Falk, Justin Trouba. Sorting by goals, though, it is Eberle, Tage Thompson, Anthony Duclair, Brock Nelson, Riley Smith, Evan Rodriguez, Braden Saad, Jared McCann, and Pavel Zacha. Going by assists, it's Jaden Schwartz, Gustav Forsling, Ryan Johansson, Alex Goligoski, Kevin Fiala, Rasmus Anderson, Nate Schmidt, Ryan Strome, Nico Hischier. Holy shit, Nico Hischier. Vladimir Gabrikov, Jesper Bratt, Matt Zuccarello, Rasmus Dahlin, and Philip Hronak. Sort by rostered? The fuck? Sort by rostered? Oh, percentage rostered. Okay. We got Rope Hintz, Matt Barzell, Nicholas Backstrom, Jack Eichel, Ivan Provorov, Devon Tays, Philip Forsberg, Jason Robertson, Brian Rust, Jack Hughes, Jamie Benn, Kevin Fiala, Ryan Strome, Eric Carlson, Marty Natchez, and Anthony Duclair, Jacob Trouba for going by 66. I kind of want to pick up Eric Carlson, honestly, tonight. I know he's not doing a great season. He's on a 2-game point streak, so I don't know. I might go for him. Maybe I might go pick up Barzell, maybe. Harry, what are you reading? Luca, I'm reading guys in fantasy because I'm trying to pick up guys for fantasy. I'm down 8-6 in this fantasy league, and I'm trying to pick up guys to remain in first place. Yeah, Luca, yeah, it's fantasy. Yeah, exactly. By the way, boys, I want to point out I have the first 9 days of 25 days of Harry recorded, and I probably got to start editing, and I probably got to start uploading them to get them ready. I should probably start doing that. That might be a good idea. Yeah, Fazio Barzell's not playing, but I mean, like, hey, it's Matt Barzell. Like, he might do something decent. He might do decent in the future. I kind of want to pick up Eichel or Backstrom just to be like, yo, I have them ready. Like they might be good guys to put on LTIR for when they come back. Would they not be, or should I not? And Tristan, welcome back, man. Hey, welcome back, man. Glad to hear you're doing good, Tristan. Happy to hear that, man. welcome back to the stream, man. Welcome back, man. Meanwhile, we got. I wonder how long we'll wait for a GM. King Shark. I actually don't know. Hey, Tristan, don't worry about it, man. That was funny. Don't worry about it. Type of league is this? It's that shallow. Fazio. It's a 8-man league. I believe it's a 16-man, or I think it's a 10-man roster. I forget. It's telling me to pick up Nico Hischier and drop Matt Duchene for some reason. It's it's a league where pretty much goals and assists. It's like one of those like solo point things where if you get a goal, you get a point. That's kind of how that works. So yeah, it's very fun. I'm gonna be up here. In other news, yes, Tristan, yeah. I'm gonna be up here for maybe about 5 more minutes or so. So yeah. So yeah. I don't know about you guys, but I enjoyed the stream, even though Bergevin's fired, unfortunately. While I wait for Fazio to reply, the first season that he was the full-on head coach was 13-14. I'm excluding 12-13 because apparently, like you just said, is because apparently, wait, what the fuck? Oh, seasons. Okay, I see now. Yeah, go to 12-13. All right. So where is the Montreal Canadiens? Oh, this is the last year that we had. Wow. All right, so for the 12-13 season, because that was the first year Bergeron was brought in, and apparently it's not going to tell me the general managers because, yeah, Michel Therrien brought us to a 29-14-0-5 record. Our leading goal scorer was Max Pacioretty. Our leading goal scorer was Pacioretty and Gallagher, both with 15. Our leading assist scorer was PK Subban with 27. And, yeah. Galchenyuk was 18 years old, 27 points in the AHL. The player who had the least amount of points that played the most games was Ryan White, who had 26 games and 1 goal. In 13-14, our head coach was Michel Therrien. We were 46, 28, and 8. Our leading goal scorer was Max Pacioretty with 39 goals and 60 points, also led the team in goals. Leading assist guy was PK Subban with 43. Our youngest rookie, or our highest rookie was, hey, White is my brother. Hey, let's go, Tristan. Alex Galchenyuk, youngest player. Wait, who's even good that's playing today? Fazio, that's playing today, would be Ivan Provorov, 76%. Jack Hughes, but he's injured. Eric Carlson, and that's it. If we're going lower, OEL, I guess. That's who's playing today. That's pretty decent. Again, player who played the least amount of games with the most amount of points was apparently Price had 2 assists this year. It was George Peros who played 22 games and 1 assist. That is who? Tristan, who are you talking about? Actually, no, there we go. Yeah. In 14-15, not that mediocre, 50, 22, and 10. Max Pacioretty again led the team in assists in points with 37 goals, 67 assists. Tristan, I have no clue who's playing today, actually. I know Chicago's playing San Jose. Toronto's playing Anaheim. I think those are the last 2 games on. Or Jersey's playing Philly as well. Those are the games. Leading assist guy was PK Subban with 45 assists. The youngest player with the most points was Alex Galchenyuk with 46 points, 20 goals, 26 assists at 20 years old. Jacob Delarose was 19, had 6 points in 33 games. The guy who had the most points, the most games played with no points or with the least amount of points was actually Greg Pattern, who had 17 games played with 0 points. And yeah, 15-16, 38-38 and 6, so not that great of a season. Max Pacioretty led the team in points with 64. Him and Galchenyuk tied the team league in goals with 30. No, I mean, he asked who is even playing. I said, Harry. I get it, Tristan. I get it now. PK Subban led the team in assists again with 45. Youngest player with the most points was Galchenyuk with 56. The player who had the most games played without a point was not Mike Condon. Who was it? Tom Gilbert, I will consider, who had 2 points in 45 games played. Yeah, hashtag little laugh. Let's go, man. Let's go. I'm back, Dad. Hey, let's go. Let's go, sons. How's it going, man? Thank you for coming by. Tristan, you don't have to delete your comments, man. Michel Therrien was the head coach this year. In 16-17, we had 2 head coaches. Michel Therrien brought us to 31, 19, and 8, and Claude Julien 16, 7, and 0. So we did make the playoffs. Really weird we would change head coaches midway through the season, but we did. Pacioretty again led the team in points with 67. Also led the game. Oh, that's weird. Well, it says message retracted, so you must have removed your comments. Pacioretty also led the team in goals with 35. Alexander Radulov led the team in assists with 36. The youngest player to lead the team in goal in points was Alex Galchenyuk with 44. And the player who had the most games played without having a point was, I was going to say Carey Price, because I keep seeing that Price. It was Dwight King, who had 17 games played with 1 goal. And 17-18, we were 29, 40, and 13. The first year it all really fell apart. Hi, Tristan, you don't have to spam, please. Tristan, you don't have to spam each letter, man. You don't have to spam each letter. Tristan, come on. You don't have to spam each letter, man. Thank you. Brendan Gallagher led the team with points, 31 goals, 54 points, 23 assists. Also led the team in goals. Leading the team in assists was Jonathan Drouin with 33. Drouin also led the team youngest player with points, surprisingly this time, not Galchenyuk, with 46. Recorded an additional 13 goals. Player who played the most games without a single point with the least amount of points was Brett Lauren and Michael McLaren, who played 18 games and had 1 assist. So, yeah, those are the goaltending stats. Price, not a great year. But then again, neither of the goalies had a great year that year. No problem, Tristan, all good, man. Maybe Provorov, really? You think Provorov might get a couple points tonight, man? Really? Really, Fazio? Do you think Provorov's going to get some? I mean, he is on a 2-game point streak, so yeah, I'll pick him up, I guess. But yeah, guys, so that is probably going to do it for today's stream. It is greatly appreciated that you guys would come by and check out the stream while I was ranting about Montreal firing Patrice Bergeron, firing Marc Bergevin. I'm going to drop Torrey Krug. Do you like my profile picture? Oh, yeah, let's go. Very, very poggy Chris's profile picture indeed, sons. Very, very poggy indeed. Oh, yeah, we'll probably not get points. Tristan, really, he's not playing. I thought he would have been. That's surprising he's not playing, actually. I'm very surprised by that. Player Bowen Byram is in a IR position. The fuck are you talking about? He's out. Oh my fucking. Are you kidding me? Never mind. I can't add someone. I have to drop Torrey Krug to fit Bowen Byram on my team. Well, that sucks. But yeah, guys. Unfortunately, like I said, that is gonna do it. Streaming VC on fantasy because this is too confusing of you. All right, Fazio, I'll do it. I'll do that, man. I'll try and do that maybe. I'll think about that. But yeah, guys. So that's gonna do it for today's stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. I apologize for going live for over an hour and a half, for almost an hour and a half. But yeah. Bergevin is fired. Timmins is fired. Paul Wilson is fired. Jeff Gorton is hired. Yeah, not a great firing. Hey, I'm sorry, Tristan, but I gotta leave, man. I got shit to do. I gotta do stuff for 25 Days of Harry, man. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Harry. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share on everything, which includes but not limited to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and us. My name is Harry. Thank you for coming by, sons. That's gonna do it, guys. Thank you for watching. My name is Harry. So subscribe to Puff Up. Subscribe to the Nation. If you're a member of the Mod Squad, thank you for moderating any comments on streams and or any videos. It is greatly much appreciated. Yeah, that's gonna do it, guys. Check out links in the description. Check them out, boys. We are gonna have 25 days of Harry starting on the 1st of December, like always. Can't wait for 25 days of Harry. Keep up the amazing work. Have a wonderful evening. Cheers and good luck tomorrow. Chat after the game. Tristan, absolutely, man. Thank you guys so much for coming by. Tristan, Faggio, Sons, everyone else that came by. You're fucking awesome. Thank you guys for coming by. It is greatly much appreciated. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Harry, and I am out. Stay classy, boys. Montreal. Always remember, no matter how bad they are like last year and how good they are like last year, how bad they are like this year. Go Habs, go. On the chat if you can, that'd be greatly appreciated. That is going to do it for today's stream, guys. Again, and I am out. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If we can get to 10 likes after the stream is out, that would be greatly appreciated. My name is Harris, and I am out. Love you guys. See you guys in the next stream, which should be tomorrow, and I'll see you guys for 25 Days of Harry. Thank you guys for watching, and I am out. Peace, boys. Fantasy with me next stream. Yes, bad fantasy. Hell yeah, Faggio. Let's go. Peace.